All right. I don't think there could be a better song than this to start with right now. Wake up in the morning, all I see is you, smelling your sweet soul like honeydew. All I think is the things I want to do, over and over and over, all to you. Every time you look me in the eyes, catching you step across the room, melting me inside. I'm a part of love, baby, pick me off the floor. These are the moments my heart's beating for. These are the moments, yeah. These are the moments, yeah. These are the moments, these are the moments, oh yeah. My dark days are always brighter when I've got you near. Nothing can really bring me down, make me shed a tear. Knowing you got my little heart in hand, riding next to me, I know you will always stand. Every time you look into my eyes, can you say across the room, melting me inside? I'm a part of love, baby, pick me off the floor. These are the moments my heart's beating for. These are the moments, yeah. These are the moments, yeah. These are the moments, these are the moments, oh yeah. I reach across the covers so I can squeeze and hug your head. The best part is when you're still sleeping and still squeezing me back hard as you can. Across the room, melting me inside. I'm a part of love, baby, pick me off the floor. These are the moments my heart's beating for. These are the moments, yeah. These are the moments, yeah. These are the moments, these are the moments, oh. hearts in the chat for Alex.
amazing. This is Sonny and the Black Pack. This is my favorite band that I found on TikTok. They have gotten me through a lot of stress. I listen to your music. It's crazy. They come from the Bay Area. I said, guys, if you ever move to LA, you gotta come here and be on the show. You were on the podcast once before via Zoom. Not only did they come to be on the show, they are set up here full time. So follow them. Sonny and the Black Pack on all the platforms?
Mostly Black Media Presents.
Black Media Presents on all platforms. Go to Spotify. That first song you heard, In the Moment, is a smash. I think everybody's gotta download it. You gotta choose that as your wedding song. I think there are so many great, I can't turn because it's getting bad vibes here, but I love these guys. I love them, and not only did they come to be on the show, but they moved in here. So now they are permanent on Howie Mandel Does Stuff, and we are all a family all together. Sonny, I love you, buddy.
I love you too.
Woo.
This is so great. Thank you for being here. I'm going to introduce the band before we actually go in there, and I sit with Jacqueline and our guest today, our other guest, but I want you to meet everybody. So Sonny is the leader here. Well, everybody introduce yourselves. I know it's Alex, Jake, Tammy, and Aaron, but show the people who you are.
Okay, so I'm Sonny, you guys. It's very nice to meet you. And go ahead.
I'm Alex. I'm Alex.
Jake.
I'm Jake.
I'm Tammy.
Aaron.
And I'm Eric.
And you're Aaron. And all together. I can't thank you enough for being here. I love you, buddy. I'm going to go into the show now.
Before you go, I actually got something for you I'd like to share, if that's okay.
Always. Is it something that antibiotic will get rid of?
I maybe. You know what? It just might. Let me show you this little thing. So, very recently, I was given the opportunity to make my own ukulele. So about 2 years in the making, I've been working on this ukulele, trying to get this signature line. It's everybody's musical dream as a young child, and even as an adult child or adult, that they can get their own ukulele with their signature line on it, right? Well, after we did your show, I believe that you really helped fast track this dream of mine, and this is the result of, I think, everything that this community is, you, all that we've done, and I gotta show you this.
Oh my God. I wonder what it is. Somebody say, I wonder what it is. I hear Lou in the other room. I can hear you, Lou. We're all
Wait, can you hear us in here?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, we're on?
Well, in that
Yeah,
case,
this is a podcast.
I didn't know our mics were turned on yet.
Yeah.
No one told me.
That's my new friend Andrew in there, who's also on the show. Andrew is also an amazing artist who I just discovered this weekend. And I'm going to show you his stuff in a minute, but let me see.
And this is
Oh
for
my
you.
God. A ukulele?
Yes, it's a solid body electric ukulele. If you want us to sign it, we'll sign it. But
I do want you to sign
I
it.
just want to give it to you.
Will you sign this for me?
I will.
This is amazing, and I don't know if you were that aware of how good he is, but he is the Eddie Van Halen of ukulele. When you listen to this, we had...
I want to hear some ukulele shit.
It's not shit.
I don't know. I mean some stuff. I want to hear ukulele.
You want to hear ukulele stuff?
Yeah.
You will. We got something special for you planned a little bit later, but
Okay.
definitely
Okay.
got something.
Okay,
I'll
you
wait.
will hear, but we had yesterday. We were not broadcasting. We had the guys from Stone Temple Pilots in, and he was playing their song for them in front of them, and they were just blown away. So I'm telling you that he's great. I can't tell you how thrilled I am. We're here. We got a great jam-packed podcast for you today. Feel free. We will answer your questions. We have and I'm going to introduce you now to another guy, but we're ready to start the show. You told me that if you came here, that you wanted to be involved with like a new theme song. You were going to write a theme song.
Yes.
So we're about to start the podcast. So this is the first time anybody's going to hear Sonny and the Black Pack presenting Howie Mandel Does Stuff, the theme song. Let's start the show.
Here we go.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Get your groove on right now. Watching Howie Mandel. From a glove on his head to a sketches on his toes and a man-made underpants are low, low, low. Hit subscribe and smell your fingers. Scratch and sniff and the fragrant linger. Johnny Carson, the AGT. Keeping it clean when he's on TV. This isn't TV, so anything goes. Is it COVID related? Only Neil's knows. Get your groove on right now. Watching Howie Mandel. Get your groove on right now. Watching Howie Mandel. Teenage Jekyll and a real troublemaker. Howie took a door off to make her safer. Fast forward to the quarantine. They were hanging on the phone like every week. Took her from the home to the studio. Here to bring you the show. Eeny, meeny, 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 miny, mo. I said I catch you, Howie, by the toe. I said, get your groove on right now. Watching Howie Mandel. Get your groove on right now. Watching Howie Mandel. Dust off, dust off, dust off.
The stuff.
Oh, dust
Wow.
off.
Welcome to Howie Mandel Does Stuff.
I love it.
Can I just say, all their music, I've never heard music before that made perfect sense to me. Whatever they play and wherever they go with their instruments, it's just beautiful.
That was so much better than my husband's theme song.
Yeah, you just knocked her
you
husband.
You just got rid of my husband's theme song.
That was great.
But that's Sonny the
No,
Black
that was
Pack.
better.
Wow, that's amazing, and that's something you'll hear, and that's something it's better than all the AI submissions we've
Yeah.
had. That's
Yeah.
great. Sonny,
That's
welcome to
good.
the show. Black Pack, welcome to the show.
We have a house band, like Tony. That's cool.
We do have a house band, and we have house guests right now too.
Yeah.
We do. We have everybody knows Lou.
Hello.
But this guy sitting next to Lou, I got to tell you a little story. So I took your mother. I never know what to do for your mother. I've gotten her an elephant. It was her birthday. I once, I don't know, you know
Happy
that story.
birthday.
I gave her an elephant. I rented an elephant and it fucked up the backyard. The whole backyard was fucked up and it cost $25,000 in damages. He pulled out a palm tree and he shit all over the yard and I didn't. So this
You had
birthday.
to talk about him, right? You had to talk about the elephant, right? It was in the room, and you had to
No, I would. The only reason I'm able to talk about it is because we had it outside in the backyard.
Okay.
If it was in the room, you can't talk about it. Okay. See what he did there? And anyway, this year I decided to take her down to Laguna Beach and to the Montage Hotel, and we love just wandering around Laguna Beach. If you're ever in California, it's probably one of the most beautiful places in the world. And I wandered into this gallery. And I saw this art, and it was the most amazing. It made me smile. It made my jaw drop. Anyway, it was so amazing that I ended up DMing the artist, and I said, "You got to cut." This is the artist, Andrew Meyer. Hi, Andrew.
How's it going?
It's going fantastic. I just want to show people some of the stuff I saw. Go to his like Instagram or website or whatever you have there. I just want to show what I was looking at. Look at like on the top left. There's a coat hanging. Go to the coat hanging there. You have to realize this is all done with wood screws. That's wood screws, and he creates a 3D image of that's a coat and a tie.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing?
It's amazing.
It's amazing, and I would imagine each of these take like a year.
No, anywhere between 6 to 8 weeks.
Is that
roughly.
wearable? Is that wearable?
No.
It would hurt. But
It would hurt, but show me some of the other things from his. But not only, and then he takes these screws and he creates the shapes, and then he paints on top of it, and we have these amazing 3D. Look at the Louis Vuitton. Oh, that's the. Which one's that? The fire extinguisher? Or no, that's the Louis and Louis.
no, that's the fire extinguisher.
Oh, that's
with the boxing glove.
With the boxing glove. And then there's also like a story behind each of these, right? There's either a
Right.
pun. What is that one with the fire?
So that one's called No More Jabs.
No more jabs.
Yeah. So the fire extinguisher is putting out the the jabs.
The jabs.
Yeah.
And not only does he deal with the screws, like you are a bona fide also, I'm using the wrong word because I don't know how to describe what your art is, but just traditional sculpture pieces.
Yeah.
Bronze, like put up the one that I love. If you could see it there, it's a head. He's got a bust of a man. It's probably you now that I look at you.
It's a friend of mine who was going through a divorce and came by my studio one day and he...
Go to the head that I showed you where the guy's climbing a ladder and he's pouring a bucket in the top of his head.
I don't think you're going to find it on the Instagram page.
Oh, I won't
unless
find
it's way down there.
Look at that, Anthony Bourdain. Look at Anthony Bourdain. Isn't that amazing? So after he puts in the screws, he paints on top of the screws. But look at...
Wait, I want to hear this story.
Go ahead. Your friend's going through a divorce.
So yeah, he kept coming by my studio and he was crying every day. And one day he comes by and he says, I'm done crying. And I said, okay, great. 10 minutes later, he's crying again. And I said, well, it feels like in life sometimes when you don't think you have any tears left to cry, you find yourself recycling tears. And that's the title of the sculpture. So he sat for the actual sculpture. That's it right there, yeah. So he sat for the sculpture. I did a sculpture of him. The awkward part of this was asking him to cry while I was sculpting him so I could get the emotion. But he had no problem doing that. But then you've got two little figurines of him pouring the tears, catching them, and pouring them back in.
Scroll up a little bit or down. Yeah. So that's him on top. If you see this, and I saw this in person, the top of his head is cut out. So they're replenishing the tears. He's dumping the tears back in. He's crying them out, and then he is catching them. Go to the bottom of it. He's catching it on the bottom.
And the reason for the catching, I'm just trying to, because it's beautiful and it's interesting, one of the most interesting things I've ever seen. I'm trying to figure out why the catching.
So he can recycle them.
Oh, the recycling. Okay. It's
Recycling.
amazing.
Do you not understand recycling?
I just put it in a blue bin, my tears. They just go in the blue bin.
Because you're recycling. See what he did
I
there?
get it. That was good.
But I just was fascinated by all this art. A lot of it was funny, too. A lot of it was...
Well, this is interesting. That's one of the most interesting things.
Go back to his website. Do you have to shoot yourself in the foot?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's got a gun shooting into... Because I like puns,
Right.
and I do a lot of puns, and to see these come to life, sometimes these puns, but you go into the pictures don't do justice. When you are standing there and you see how, there they are, but that's huge, and that is epic. It steps out from the, why did you that just because that's a saying, or is there a story behind that?
Yeah, I always put my foot in my mouth, and I'm always shooting myself in the foot. It's
How huge was it? I mean,
it's 8 feet, 8 feet long.
Wow.
But I went next door to a restaurant. There's a thing next
look,
door
I
that
like
seems about...
The bullets. The bullets.
The bullets fly out. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying when you see these things. And then he does commissions where people say, I want my family, or I want my wife, or I want. You did one of Joe Rogan too.
I screwed Joe Rogan, yes.
There's a soundbite. Say it again.
Nah, that's fine.
Too late.
We got one.
Yeah.
We record this.
I did do one of Joe, yes.
Yes, there he is. Look at that, Joe Rogan. Pretty amazing.
He never looked better.
Did he ask you to do him, or did he?
No,
just
it was actually, we have a mutual friend, David August. Do you know who he is?
No.
Suit maker, probably makes the best suits in the world. And he clothes Joe Rogan. And
I don't see Joe Rogan in suits.
he's got quite a few for the UFC, I think.
Oh, probably.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
my friend David clothes basically everyone in the UFC. So he was going to see Joe Rogan, and I said, hey, would you give him a gift for me?
I'm not supposed to mention the UFC. Dana was on. Dana walked off.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't like it.
I
And then
heard
I was
about
going to
that.
promote his newest thing. Dana White got involved. He does other things besides UFC, right?
Right.
And he has that slapping thing,
I've seen that.
and he has the ballet,
I have not seen that.
and then he combined the both.
That would be awesome.
Roll the tape. You can watch it up there.
He combined slapping with ballet.
I think so. Watch this.
Whoa.
It's art. You know art. It's art.
It sure is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah. That's
Performance
the
art.
BFC.
Yeah.
Ballet Fighting Commission. It's really great, and they do it. We don't have the whole but he's got this other thing that I'm not allowed to show because I'm on network TV. But he also the Nutcracker is something to.
Just imagine.
What?
I could just imagine the Nutcracker. It's sweet.
Are you a big UFC fan?
I am.
You are.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. So that was really nice. So I just wanted to have you here because I am just so bowled over by this art. I couldn't leave this place, and he was nice enough. He presented me. It's all gifts. I got a ukulele, and I got a beautiful hard-covered 2-volume set of Andrew Meyer's book that depicts 20 years of his work. But I want to just say, you'll put a link to his gallery or his Instagram or where they can look at his art and buy his art?
Yep, there's a link to him and Sonny and everyone right now.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
So you can download the music, you can buy the art. I'm just such I feel when I'm around these people, when I'm around people like Sonny and Andrew, I feel like I'm a ne'er-do-well. I feel
what?
a ne'er-do-well?
I don't know what that is.
Because you're stupid. It's my daughter. It's no. You're not stupid.
He doesn't feel quite up to what he's being exposed.
I don't do well. Nair. Like, do you say Howie? Do you say Dad? Do you do well?
Dad, do you do well?
Nair.
Nair.
I'm a ne'er do well.
I don't know. What
I don't know.
Isn't Nair like the stuff you use to get rid of hair?
Yeah, hairless. Because I'm hairless, Nair is that stuff that you can take off the hair. So I do well when I'm bald. Does anybody know what the term ne'er-do-well means?
Of course we know the term ne'er-do-well.
Do you know that term?
I do not.
I think it's an old person
I
thing.
know the term, and it's an old person's term, apparently.
Is it?
How old are you?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm.
He doesn't like when you say almost 70.
I was saying almost 70.
Yeah.
I'm almost 70. Next year I'm going to be 70.
You're not going to be 70 next year.
Yes,
if
I am.
You're 68 now. How are you going to be 70 next year?
Because I'll be 69 this year.
Oh.
He likes.
Do you not know how birthdays work?
Well, why are you even thinking
The
that
fact that Sonny,
He
I
likes
don't know how
rounding
you.
up.
I don't know, Sonny, how you feel after having spent now a minute with Lou. But when he said what he loved about your music, it's the one thing he understands. You have to realize, Sonny, that he doesn't know what a fucking birthday, how that works. So the fact that you are playing on Lou's level is a whole other.
What I'm saying is that his music makes sense to me. It just makes sense.
But me being 70 next year makes no
because
sense to you.
When people say, how old are you? They're not asking how old you are a year from now. They're asking how old you are now.
Do the math.
You're not 70. You're not going to be 70. You're going to be 75 in 7 years. How about that?
No. No. No.
What do you mean no? If you're 60.
Do you have a song a little kid song that you could teach him numbers? Because he only understands you. Sonny, is there a number song on how to count?
I could, yeah, probably.
Teach him for just a second. This is for you.
April, I'm okay.
Here's a musical lesson to Lou.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's teach him.
1, 2, 3.
No, let him.
No, you don't need to count them in.
You don't count. How confused are you?
Oh, Lou, do you need a lesson how to count? 1, 2, 3, 4. Get it right or out the door. Oh, Lou, do you need a lesson?
Yes.
Now he knows how to
That's
count
great.
to 4.
Did you understand that?
That's all I can
That
do.
made perfect sense
That's
to me.
fantastic,
Made
Sonny.
perfect sense to me.
So not only are you entertaining, but you're educational. Your first language, Andrew, you're from Spain, right?
Well, I'm American, but I grew up in Spain. I lived there till I was 16.
So your first language was...
Was Spanish. I mean, we spoke English at home, but all my schooling was done in Spanish. So, yeah, I'm perfectly bilingual.
But your art is in English?
I'll let Lou explain that.
What I want to know is how you discovered this media. How did you discover working with nails? Did you one time...
There's screws. There's screws.
Screws. You saw screws, and I bet you one time you saw screws and it looked like an image to you, and you thought I could do that.
Really?
Is that what you bet? That's
Putting money on. I'm putting money on.
Let's see if you're right.
Have you been to Home Depot and seen a box of screws? And you go, oh my God, that looks like Anthony Bourdain. What the fuck is wrong with you, Lou?
No, I'm saying he saw them somewhere on a wall. They were screwed in into his eye.
He had a carpenter over building an extension, another room. They go, don't put the wall up. You know who that looks like?
Anthony Bourdain.
How did you find that meeting?
Okay, so I was doing bronze sculpture out of school for years, and during the recession, you couldn't give a sculpture away. It was the weirdest thing. But I had friends who were artists, who were painters.
Do you know what the recession is?
No, is that where? No.
That's where someone greets you when you walk in at the recession desk.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking.
So yeah, 2007, 2008, I decided to try to figure something else out to be unique. And I happened to be in the studio. I probably had too many beers, I'm assuming. And I saw a box of screws, and I thought, you know what, if I put them close enough together, I can shape them. So I started to create this portrait, and when I finished the portrait, which took weeks, I mean, this wasn't one night, it looked like that toy you stick your hand into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you make the
Oh, yeah.
indentation
Where you
of
make
your...
and I thought, well, this isn't successful at all. So then I had to teach myself how to paint, because I thought if I can recreate the portrait on top of the screws, I could be successful. So I spent another, I think, couple months trying to figure that out, learning how to paint. And the thing with the screws is they're at different levels, so you have to paint them with a small brush and one at a time. So it's very time consuming. There's a lot of stepping back and forth, because when you're up close, you kind of get lost in the image. But it's all been a process. Everything I do is a process.
So
That was
paint
my-
wasn't your medium before you started doing this in 2007? It was purely just sculpture?
Sculpture and drawing. So I did take a lot of drawing courses in art school, but I took one painting class and I got a C.
See, people?
Yeah, I was bored. We were painting still lifes, and I didn't see the point of painting a garden gnome next to an orange. And I just enjoyed
I see
form.
that point.
Do you?
But
Why would you be standing next to an orange when you're painting a garden gnome?
So the orange was next to the garden gnome.
Oh!
Yeah, it's a still life,
Oh!
right? So
we don't
yeah,
understand a
it's-
lot on this
okay.
show.
but I do. That was my second. I was going to say the reason why you chose this medium.
Right.
That was second on my list.
Okay,
With
what's
this-
the first one?
The first one was you saw an image and started making things out of screws. The second one was the story you told.
Okay.
I don't understand what the fuck just happened.
Hey, can I very quickly, if you have a moment, can I do a magic trick? It's going to be reverse
Ask
mental.
Andrew,
Can
'cause
I do
he's our guest.
Reverse
Please.
mentalism. I'm going
You,
to
you need, do you want music, like a mysterious music behind it?
You can have like beautiful soft music, maestro, please. Okay, so what I'm going to do, is I'm going to force you.
Okay.
Keep going, son.
I'm going to force you to say the number that I'm thinking. I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 9, and I'm going to force you to say the number that I'm thinking. I'm going to write it down. So let me write it down.
Do you think can you make a screw piece of art of a prolapse?
Let me write it down.
Sure, why not?
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want you to focus. I want you to think.
Got it.
Think. I want you to think of a number.
Okay.
Focus. Focus on a number.
Okay.
Okay? And
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you the number that I'm thinking. You focused?
Yeah, I'm super
Okay, what
focused.
number are you thinking?
It's not 4.
4. 4.
What?
Let me. I'm going to make it bigger. 4.
I was going like this.
What?
Huh?
What?
Want to try another one?
Sure.
Okay.
I don't understand.
All right. Think of a number. I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 10. It's a one-digit number. I want you to think about this number. Focus.
Wait, isn't every number between 1 and 10 a one-digit number?
Yeah, but that's what I'm getting into. Focus. Focus on the number that I'm thinking of. Focus. Focus on what number I could possibly be thinking of right now. Focus.
I'm singing 8.
8.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah. It's got to be an 8.
It is. It is 8. Look at that.
Can't see it.
Right
Can't
there.
see it. You have a bigger one?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. That's a reverse mentalism.
Yeah. You know, a lot of people, a lot of podcasts are audio only. Like there's people listening right now on Apple and Spotify. And I don't think they're enjoying the trip. I don't think they're enjoying the magic.
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was
Really?
impressive, right?
It was very impressive.
Because you weren't thinking of those numbers.
No.
And you forced them to
I
think of
forced them to think of the 4. Forced them.
it. Try it with the viewers.
Okay. I want you all to think of a number. I'm going to write down this number right now. It's going to be between 1 and 10. I'm going to write down the number, and then I'm going to make you force it, the number that I'm thinking of. All right. Let me think. Are you focused?
Is 1?
Huh?
Whoa!
Who said that?
Oh, I said
Sonny.
A voice from
Wow.
above. Who said that?
It was magic. I was cast by a spell.
There
Wow.
it is, right there. The number.
How do you do that? How does he do that?
They're writing Shimlin who?
I really.
Shimlin who?
Shinlin. Who?
That was amazing. That was
Amazing.
amazing. I amaze myself sometimes.
What do you think?
Three
What do you
for
think
three.
of Lou?
Looks great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What am I?
Great.
Oh, okay.
Is he inspiring any
Am
like
I-
future
are-
art?
Would like
Not yet,
Not yet.
but I see
look
it
at that
coming.
face. Look at that face. Could you spend what 2 months screwing that?
For the right price, yeah.
For the
Hey, want to see some plaque?
Why is that funny?
Did he just show his teeth?
I don't know. I think the people are just getting over your feet. We had his feet
Oh my
on
God.
the other day.
Now
Did people
that's
notice
art.
that?
That's art.
I'm glad I missed that one.
He's got a. Have you ever done like a feet? You do feet, right?
I don't recall doing a feat.
Oh, because we have a lot of our listeners and viewers like wiki feet.
Yes.
What's that?
I don't know.
It's a medium of wiki, and they get feet.
Sam, are you almost built it? Are you almost done?
Who's that?
What has she been building? There's been a lot of
Ask
like.
her. There she is. Yeah, you can come in. Come
There's
in.
been a lot of like
Sam is
What's it
from
called?
the H3 podcast.
Oh.
staples. There's been a lot of staples
Yeah,
going on.
and Sam is working on Ethan's building something. I don't think you want to give it away. It's a surprise, right?
It's a surprise, but
But
It's a lot of stapling.
on
right?
Reddit on H3, which is which is an amazing podcast. Ethan Klein does this
I
thing.
thought you
called
were about
H3.
to explain what
I'm
Reddit
wearing.
is.
I'm wearing Teddy Fresh. This is there, and so is she.
Me too.
And Sam's there, and there's been speculation that she quit their show,
Oh.
but she didn't.
No.
She just came here.
She just came here to
She's just been
staple shit.
traveling.
She's been here for weeks, stapling all through our broadcast. If you listen really closely, when Sonny's not playing, there's a staple gun, and we don't know what the fuck she's doing. But Ethan
much
sent
stapling.
Ethan. It's been 3 fucking weeks of Ethan's friend Sam stapling.
Maybe she's doing a
is
portrait
it
of Lou.
distracting?
Pardon me?
Is it distracting?
No.
No.
No,
Okay,
no,
I'm
not
gonna.
to us.
I'm actually,
Did you hear what Andrew asked you?
No.
Are you doing a portrait of Lou in Staples?
Can I guess what you're making for Mr. H3? Can I guess?
But I can't. I'm not gonna say what it is.
Either an H or a 3.
It's a good guess.
You might be right.
Yeah, there you go. I'm very good at that sort of thing. I'm
Reverse
you laugh?
mentalist.
I'm a reverse mentalist.
I can do. I've done this many times before, but I do immediate psychiatry.
Oh.
I can be an immediate. I
like-
could read your mind, and I do it immediately.
See, I did the reverse of
All right,
that.
go for it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, we did not, Andrew. We didn't plan this, right?
Yep, no, we did not.
Okay, so I don't know these answers. I didn't go over questions.
Should
with
I
you.
have a thought, like a specific thought? Or
No,
am I
I'm going to
just-
ask you questions. I won't know the answer, and I'll be able to read your mind and get the answer.
Okay.
Okay, let me just take a swig.
Of what?
It's for his mentalism.
It's just for me. It's to make me feel good. The better I feel, the better this goes. Andrew.
Yeah.
What's your favorite color?
I know.
No.
Okay.
So I've got 2. I'm going to choose 1.
Choose the color that. Okay.
All right, go for it.
Say it.
It's blue.
Blue.
Yeah. Oh, that was good.
Immediately, like
You
that. We
said
have a
it right
connection.
before I did. It was
What is
amazing.
your favorite number?
17.
Without even, there is no connection, and I have the ability to do. I do it to anybody. Sonny,
Yes.
what is? Do you have when you were a kid? Did you have a pet?
Yes.
And I don't know this. What was your pet's name?
Salvatore Ferrucci Manciabute.
Machibute.
Oh my God.
And I didn't know that.
Oh my God.
This is incredible.
That's a hidden talent they didn't know you had.
It's not hidden. I just did it out loud.
The chat is saying, tell Sam. Chat said mayo for Sam.
What?
Mayo for Sam?
Mayo.
I don't know. Is that like inside? Is that
H3?
inside knowledge that I don't know about? What's
What does
mayo?
that mean,
That kind
Sam?
of question.
It is an H3 thing.
What is it?
If I'm being so real, I don't really know what it means. I just know that it's a Irish thing, I think.
Because you're a redhead?
Is it offensive?
I'm not Irish. No, I don't.
No, but
think-
you're a
it's not
redhead.
offensive. Yeah.
Where are you
Irish
from?
dressing.
Where are you from?
I'm from Georgia.
Georgia.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that.
Wow.
How long have you been here in America? Oh, not the Russian Georgia. Okay, I'm saying. How long have you been in California?
5
years.
You're so good at this.
Connected.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so weird. It's a gift.
You do that on stage, and I'll do the mental thing on stage. People will get blown away.
People are probably going to go buy this stuff and go, how can he read? I got to get that stuff so I can read mine.
What is it?
It's feel free.
Oh.
It's one of those shots that make you feel good.
And at my
Like it's an
age,
herbal-
guess
it's
how
an
old I'm
herbal.
going to be?
It's an herbal.
You're going to be 75 soon.
7 years. In 7 years, I'm going to be 75. How old are you, Andrew?
I'm 44.
44.
Yeah.
No, I knew. I just.
Ew! Ew!
Oh, God. He threw up.
Ew! What the fuck just
Because
happened?
he said it during.
What just happened?
He said it as I was drinking, and
He
I
just threw up.
I wasn't expecting it came out of my nose.
What just happened?
Look up my nose.
No! The fuck was that? Oh my God. That's
Has
horrible.
anybody got a napkin?
Do you need some water?
Dude,
No, that's the last thing he
He
needs.
figured out his age just as I was taking a sip.
Somebody bring in a hazmat suit.
A napkin. I
Not a napkin, a fucking hazmat suit. Go out and clean yourself up. Don't
right.
touch the headset.
Ah! How do I do that?
Oh
my God.
shit, that's
Yeah,
horrible.
well, I wasn't expecting it either, okay?
I wonder if we
Mr.
take that
Magician?
sound bite and slow it down and play it over and over, if it would make him throw up. Just watching himself
Well, we'll
throw
keep
up.
that. That's going to be a clip we're going to have. What do you think of Lou so far?
Oh, it's great. This whole thing you got going on is fantastic.
Is it?
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's fun.
It's art.
I can't thank you enough for being here, buddy. You are an amazing artist.
Thank you.
You are amazing. What do you in order to get into your headspace? Are you into anything? Do you meditate?
No, my my brain doesn't stop, so it won't let me meditate at all.
You're laughing. I know.
So many staples.
What the fuck is she stapling? Listen to all the
It's
fucking.
the loudest stapler I've
She's been here
ever
for
heard.
3 weeks. All of a sudden we go live. Is Ethan Klein fucking with me? Is this an Irish thing? Oh my God!
Just
It's okay.
breathe.
You
Take
can
a
keep
deep
going.
breath.
Anyway, we're gonna. Well, you hear that?
Do you say you meditate?
No, I can't.
You can't.
Fuck you, Ethan,
You can't.
and your stapler.
No, I like it. No. It's
No,
good.
no,
Rich is
no.
asking, should we cut it?
No,
No. Let her staple.
I told Ethan that he can.
can staple.
Said, can Sam come over? And now I realize why he got rid of Sam for 3 weeks.
Just so you know, Julie's here.
What?
Your next guest, Julie's here, just so you know.
Oh, wow. So today we have you, because I love art. We introduced Sonny and the Black Pack.
They were awesome.
Black Media Presents.
They're amazing.
Black Media Presents.
Truly amazing.
Yeah, and we'll follow that. And I also have a hospice nurse.
Oh.
You interested in hospice? You could say no.
Probably
matter.
not. No,
Well-
I mean, yeah. I don't know.
No, you're not.
You sure?
I am, because I'm almost 7.
Almost 70. Got it.
Yeah, and I'm gonna die soon, and I'm looking for help.
Okay.
Yes, but I'm fascinated. I follow this girl on TikTok, and
No,
she
you said Instagram. I told you
Both.
she has a bigger following on TikTok.
So, anyway, and she has great stories and
just
has
wanna
written a
argue.
book. You're here to argue.
Yeah.
But before we do any of this, I was saying to get into the mood, and you were throwing up and stuff. I'm going to show you, and Sonny and everybody out there, watch this closely and follow. Don't you don't have to play anything. Just I want you to follow, and I want you to get comfortable. This guy, this is one of our viewers, and he just has a way, even if you're not into traditional meditation. And I'll also ask you, is she here, the hospice nurse? She should just watch this, because this may be a tool when somebody is minutes away from the other side and the room is filled with anxiety. I think this is the answer. Play this.
Help me, I'll tell you that.
Take a deep breath. Do not exhale. Only me I can. Hello. Is there anybody in there? Well, you're there. You're still there, not breathing. You're holding your breath like a god. You're the greatest alive. You're slightly brain damaged, but
It's okay.
I was able to hold my breath that whole time.
Isn't that amazing what he's able to do with just his whole
face?
His whole face.
Don't make
With his whole
Did that help? Did that help you?
Did I miss something?
You may have.
Maybe we need to see it again.
Sonny, did that help you or anybody over there? Alex, Jake?
Yeah, it helped me a little bit of brain dead at the end though. But,
You're supposed to be, because you have to hold your breath. If you don't hold your breath, only he can exhale, and you hold your breath, and then you're slightly.
Don't make fun of speech impediments.
It's not a speech impediment. I think that's purposeful.
That's an verbatim. accent.
It's an accent.
It's a British accent.
He's from Britain. That's definitely UK.
Yeah, it's a Cockney accent.
It
They
sounds
do
Australian.
breathe, fru and fru. Yeah, they do F's and V's for the CH's.
Yeah, that was UK. You don't.
I didn't know,
hate that,
okay.
and I work with a lot of people from the
I
UK.
didn't
I work
know.
with Simon and everybody, and you think it's a speech impediment? He's exactly like Simon. That's how Simon
It
speaks.
sounded Polish to me, actually.
No, let's play it one more time.
Okay.
And guys, even in the band, get a shot of the band doing it too. Do what he says. Ready? Go.
Don't kill your
take a
band.
deep breath. Do not exhale. Only me I can. Hello. Is there anybody in there? Well, you're there. You're still there, not breathing. You're holding your breath like a god. You're the greatest alive. You're slightly brain damaged, but it's
Boy. those people from England.
They just exhaled.
Yeah, they can do it
Never
now
excel.
because they're slightly brain damaged. You do it till you're slightly brain damaged. And if you're able to damage your own brain, then this is, I went deep into what this guy's doing. If you have the ability to damage your own brain, you're not worried about other things that are going on in the course of a day. Like somebody will say, oh, where's my keys? Go, don't worry about it. You're brain damaged. Just breathe. Just breathe. All you got to do is breathe.
Brain damage cures a lot.
I
of
can
things.
excel, not you. Just breathe. Hello. Hello.
Only
When he-
me I can.
Only he can.
Only me, I can.
These British people are so.
How do you know that he's from Britain?
Oh, I got a
Okay.
riddle. Can I try a riddle?
Ask
I don't
I
know.
wrote a riddle.
Let's hear it.
What is yellow?
The end?
We saw Sonny telling, looking for a rim shot, but nobody's listening to Sonny. It's the first day. It's the first day. We cut to Sonny telling his man. Nobody listens to you.
You can see. I know idea you can see that.
Yeah, this is a podcast.
It's video too. Not
We
just
could see
audio.
all your cues. We could see what you're doing, and we could see that nobody gives a shit what you tell them.
Pretty much.
Sonny is also an artist. Sonny also has, and there'll be a link to his merch. Tammy, you're not wearing it now, are you?
Oh, she is. She is.
Oh, she
wearing
is.
it, yeah.
So that's the painting that you see behind Sonny. He paints that, and then that's the merch on the merch.
Oh,
Tammy's wearing that.
Very nice.
Isn't that amazing?
Wait, is that your merch, Howie?
Rim shot.
He just said it's their merch.
Oh, it's their merch.
We have a drummer with no timing.
It looks great. It's fantastic. Yeah, they're so talented. Can I tell you what I did last week?
I don't know.
I went to dinner. and the waiter came over.
Are you ready for the rim shot?
And I ordered my food, and then I had the entree.
Uh-huh.
And as I was ordering the entree, I said to him, do you have broccoli?
Yeah.
And he said, yes, we have broccoli. And I said, can I get extra broccoli, please? And then he went back and brought me the broccoli. And I don't even like broccoli.
Well, I don't know. Maybe that one. That one should have been the keyboard. A keyboard. Wah, 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 wah.
Yeah. I don't know if that.
He never knew what hit him. He had no idea.
You look very uncomfortable right now. Are you uncomfortable with this humor?
I am.
Yeah.
I just don't know what
What
to...
am I supposed to do?
What am I missing? What am I missing? I'm missing
No,
something.
nothing.
Everything.
I
No.
went to dinner.
Just breathe. Just breathe.
I'm breathing.
Breathing.
I ordered broccoli, and then I said, can I have extra broccoli? And then he brought it to me. I don't even like broccoli. He never knew what hit him.
All right.
And another time,
This is the discomfort podcast.
We like discomfort.
Yeah.
I'm speaking, but I happen to be really comfortable in my underpants.
Oh my god.
I'm wearing man-made.
what kind of underpants?
Man-made.
Oh, man-made.
Yeah.
Can we see them?
Right here.
Oh,
You know, we're giving them to guests now.
are you?
Yeah. These are my friends from Canada make underpants, man-made, and they just think you're a medium. Want some underpants?
Yeah, for sure.
There you go, buddy.
I don't have the remote.
Can I get a pair of underpants?
I don't have your size.
I don't have the remote.
What?
Nothing.
Oh, here.
Thank you.
Here we go.
Oh,
We're gonna fill the so you can try them on. We don't have a change room, so we just smoke it so that you feel comfortable.
Lou, you want to do them?
No, you don't have to take them home. Those are great. I'm telling you, they'll be the most comfortable underpants you've
they
ever
feel
worn.
amazing, yeah.
They are. Do you really want a pair, Lou?
if you have a pair.
I think I have a pair. I got to see if I have your size.
Yeah, what size would that be, Howard?
What size underpants do you wear?
The one that you're looking for.
No, I think you'd be.
A medium, maybe?
You think you'd be a medium?
Or extra medium?
Extra medium.
We'll give you the size. We have
Give him a I think you'd be a large.
a large.
I think
Am
you
I
wear.
large? Okay, I don't know.
You don't know.
I'm big. I'm
Can
not gonna
I
brag.
have a pair? You've never offered me a pair, and I would wear them like to bed and stuff.
There you go.
Thank you.
Does anybody in the band want underpants?
I think
all got 'em
Jake
on
does.
Man-made underpants.
Do you have extra small?
Yeah.
Man-made underpants?
I'll get you guys underpants later.
All right.
I feel like I got to give you You gave me a ukulele. The least I can do is give you underpants.
Is that how they sell them in a pack of 22? I mean, is
I don't know.
I think you could order as many pairs you want.
And they make shirts too. These shirts.
Oh, there's
it's
the
the
staple
best-
gun again.
these shirts. They make the shirts. They're the most comfortable things I've ever worn. They really are.
Is it cotton or what is it?
What is it made out of? What is that thing that they said it's made out of?
I'll tell you right now.
Yeah, screws.
No, it is a great fabric. Screws. There's no screws in my under. Though I would imagine when the ladies see you in these underpants,
It's French,
you're gonna
right?
get
Is
screwed.
this French?
Well, they're from French Canada. What's it?
I'll tell you. I'm gonna open it. Oh, they're really comfortable.
Yeah, did you touch the fabric?
Modal fabric.
Model.
Model.
So I don't sweat, they don't creep up, and I'm telling you, if
Very
my nuts
close.
could talk.
91% modal.
Model is very close to Mandel fabric.
Really
Yeah.
soft.
It's really soft and really good.
Plant-based.
The plant-based underpants.
Oh, so you can
Yeah.
eat them. You can eat them.
Right. Which
They've been making edible underpants for years.
But these are not.
Edible?
These are Model.
yeah, edible underpants. These aren't edible underpants, but I know people who have had edible underpants.
Yeah.
And it didn't work out great.
What
believe
happened?
it.
What
Have
happened?
you what?
What happened?
Guess.
He ate them himself?
They have disintegrating, not them, but there's disintegrating underpants.
What are you
too.
going to say, Rich? You have
I'm sorry, though. I meant to tell Jackie the pair you have, Jackie, was Kyle's that he was wearing earlier. We just need them back. I'm sorry.
Nice.
Broccoli flavor. So.
the broccoli flavored underpants. Give me another pair. And he brought them.
And I don't even like broccoli.
Your crotch smells great, Kyle.
Thank you.
Welcome.
This is an uncomfortable podcast. I like discomfort. I'll show you.
Speaking of discomfort, do you want to talk about death soon?
I will. I'm going to bring her in a minute, and I'll let you go. You can go whenever you want. But I want to show you. I love discomfort, and I have this guy, another fan. I'm a fan of on Instagram. He goes. His name's Bren, but it goes by Infabren, and he is the king of making people uncomfortable.
Oh, thought you were going to say laugh.
It makes me laugh really hard. I want to show you his video. This is the one in the. He goes into like public places. Is this the one? Do the one in the. Is this in the store? With Smell My Finger? Yeah, I think that's him. So you don't see Bren, but you hear Bren and you see his fingers. Tell me if you think this is funny. I think this is funny. Go ahead. Play.
Check this out, though.
Wait, what is that?
It's from a good time, let me tell you. You want to smell it?
Guy smells it.
I can't tell if you're cool or not right now.
Oh, I'm cool as shit, buddy. Dolphin Dive High Five.
Dolphin Delta 5. Yeah,
You want some?
always. Wait, we're here on the same kind of mode, aren't we?
It's made for finches, but humans can drink it too.
Finland?
Finches.
That's where you're from, Finland.
No, it's tuna juice. And it's made for finches, but humans can drink it too. You want a taste?
I'm a commercial fisherman.
Yeah.
Tuna is my thing to fish for, but like, what is this?
Carbonated tuna juice. It's made for finches, but humans can drink it too.
Hey, people from Finland are humans too.
No, it's made for finches. Finches.
No, that's delicious.
Finches. It's made for finches, but humans can drink it too.
This is so your
It's a little bird. I have 10 of them.
Get the fuck out of here.
It's tuna juice, and it's made for finches, but humans can drink it too. Try this again. It's got 69 calories. 69. Yeah, I got 2 buckets of sardine paste in the trunk of my Accord if you want to meet me out there and dunk your head in it with me. Huh?
Is this really happening?
It's really happening. Try this again. So you gonna meet me out there or what?
Please?
We'll get real
Please?
weird, real wild.
No, I can already tell. You're like the dude I met on Craigslist.
Yeah? All right, follow me.
And that's him.
I love it. I love it. And
It's
I understood
Bren,
it.
you're brilliant. I love you, Bren.
And I understood everything that he was saying.
So that's what I like the people to do.
That's
So you could send me your stuff if you do that and send it to me. Andrew, you're the best. I love you, buddy.
Thanks for having me
I
on.
don't know you, but I love you. I think you're one of the most brilliant artists in that I have seen,
I
and
appreciate it,
you
guys.
you
Thank
really I think about it all the time when you see somebody do something and then you think about it and it doesn't leave your mind.
Does he have any shows coming up soon, or where can you see his work?
Yeah, actually, August 1st in Laguna Beach, there's a new museum, basically. It's called the Honecker Foundation, and it's going to be a retrospective of 20 years of my work. So show up. It's open to the public, and it'll be going for about 2 months.
Well, happy Hanukkah.
Yep. Happy Hanukkah to you, too.
And they can go, if they go to andrewmeyer.com.
I will eventually have it up, or it'll be on my Instagram.
But all this information, if the people hear you say it, but they can go to, we have a link to your Instagram and whatever, and they can get all your information. I'm telling you, if you love art, and even if you don't love art, I think if you look at his stuff, you're going to love art. And I can't thank you enough for making the trip.
Thank you, guys.
You're brilliant.
Thank
We'll
you.
talk soon.
We will.
Okay.
Okay, now we're going to talk
There's a
to...
bye, Andrew. Sorry about Lou. That's what they said in the chat. You want
very
to?
nice to meet you.
Okay.
You're willing to touch his hand?
Yes.
Oh.
Not you.
Not you, Lou. I was talking.
He only works.
See you, buddy.
I'm thinking
Bye.
he only works with the screws. That's
She was talking to him. Was he willing to touch your hand? I love that he took it in. And now, Rich is bringing in
a book
by Julie McFadden. So Julie McFadden, Demystifying Death to Live More Fully.
Okay.
So this is another one. Sonny, are you Sonny?
Yes.
Are you afraid? Do you think about this kind of stuff?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, actually, a lot.
Yeah, I think everybody does. You said you were uncomfortable with me talking about this.
Yeah, I don't want to. No hate or disrespect.
You can come in, Julie. Come on
to
in.
you and what you do and everything. I know that this is a big fear for you, and you don't, and
Come in,
you're
sit down.
scared of death and dying, and your whole platform is about how to find distractions so that you don't think of the things that you're fearful of, or that you're not constantly thinking. Like you always say, you just try to be distracted. So to have someone in here to discuss and talk about something that you're so fearful of, to me seems weird and
I
contradictory
think
to what you usually say.
I think about it a lot ever since I'm about to turn 80 in about 12
You
years.
look amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
As I
Yes.
get older, I probably think about not only death, but that I'm actually dying 5 times a day.
Well, here's the thing. The minute you're born, you're dying.
No, but you
Nobody
don't
gets out alive.
consciously.
I think at a certain age, I don't think anybody I think, even when you're young and you're doing something dangerous and you're in motocross or you're in the X Games, I mean, it's always in the periphery. But the point is that, as my therapist has told me many times ad nauseum, because I deal with OCD, nobody gets out alive. So to that end, I was fascinated before I even knew you had a book. I was fascinated by the fact that somebody would take a job where did you work today? You got out early because somebody
No,
died?
I didn't work. I just dressed the part. I didn't work today though. I worked yesterday.
Did somebody die yesterday?
Can you pull the mic
Not
a
on
little closer,
my
Julie?
watch.
To her?
Yeah,
Julie, the mic closer to you.
Did you say not on my crotch?
Not on my watch.
No, not on my watch.
I didn't die on my watch yesterday anyway. But people do die every day where I work. I wasn't there when she did.
How do you know you're a good hospice nurse? Like it's not like you save anybody.
I know.
They leave reviews when they're dead.
All right? How do I know?
Their
I'm not
last dying
haunted?
word is Yelp.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I think you can kind of feel it. You can kind of tell if you like what you're doing. I was an ICU nurse for many years, and I think I was an okay ICU nurse, but I wasn't. It didn't feel like it does now. I love going to work. Yes.
Love?
I love going to work.
Is it different? I would imagine it's harder working in an ICU where the expectation is to save someone's life and they end up passing
Yeah.
sometimes, as opposed to someone who knows they're at the end of their life and the goal is to make them as comfortable as possible.
Yes, it's very different. And being in the ICU is what made me passionate about being a hospice nurse, because the ICU is a wonderful place for many reasons, for many people. And the ICU is a place where I think we actually do some detriment to people because we try to preserve life at all costs. And after a while, sometimes that's not actually the best thing. To me, death is not the worst possible outcome.
For the record,
Yes?
I see you.
Yes, thank you. I see you too.
Deep
So being there, being in the ICU made me want to be a hospice nurse. I think that's why I appreciate it a little more.
I was also fascinated in watching, and I know you talk about it in your book, that, and I didn't know it was legal in America, but there are people that choose the time of passing, and you are there to assist in the mechanism. I thought we're not
Is it
allowed
only
to.
specific? I think it's specific states, right?
Yeah, it's not federally legal.
Here in
only
California?
specifically- So California is one of the states. There's 11 states that allows it, and technically speaking, nurses are not assisting. So that's the whole big deal. Is we're not allowed. Doctors and nurses are not allowed to help someone do it. There are times where I've been a witness to it, so I'm not allowed to touch the medication. I can't even really give it to the person. They have to do it all on their own. But if they do ask for a nurse to be there, just in case someone gets scared or nervous or whatever, I will volunteer to be there.
I read part of your thing where they choose a date.
Yeah.
And you went to, and you talk about the experience and what they do.
Yeah, I've witnessed it a few times, and it's been one of the most profound experiences because I'm used to being around people who are dying, which is not as bad as it sounds. But when someone really chooses, this person that I talk about in the book was more vibrant than I'm used to seeing. They were walking, talking, laughing, very alive, and with their friends and family, and so it feels a little more profound.
They just found a lot of their friends very annoying.
Yeah.
So they,
yeah.
What a path away. Go ahead.
Well, I will tell you though, Howie, I mean, I really shouldn't speak for you, but I feel like it does give people control back. So people who like control, feel very out of control sometimes at the end of their life. So this medication can kind of make them feel in control again, even though it means that they're going to die. It's on their terms. And I think some people
this
like
person chose a day.
They chose a
day.
day.
And they were vibrant and
vibrant, and their families were around. And then
they weren't suffering?
They weren't suffering on this day. So I think suffering can come and go in waves with pain. So their pain was pretty controlled. Especially on this day, but I think they could see how they were losing a lot of their functional ability just to be able to walk up and down stairs and go outside and do things they wanted to do. They couldn't really do that anymore. Even though they weren't in pain, they were weak. So after a while, they're like, I'm over this. I don't want to do this anymore.
But where do they think do they have any idea? Is in their mind, is it the end, nothing else? Or what are they preparing themselves for?
Well, it's not like they can just choose. They have to go through a process where it is determined that.
Yes, you have to go through a process determining that you have 6 months left to live, that you have to meet criteria. There's a big thing. There's a bunch of hoops you have to jump through to get this medication. This person in particular, I don't know what they believe. They didn't openly speak about what they thought was going to happen after they died.
Do you not question the fact that and I'm just being devil's advocate because I'm a proponent of this and I've been a witness to this. But that if on the day, and that's what the part that I read on when you went over knowing that was the day that was going to happen, that they were going to take the medication, you see this person walking around laughing and happy. There are medical miracles, whether you're religious or not, where, I don't think anybody alive hasn't heard a story about, they gave me a month to live and here I am 6 years later,
5 weeks later. They gave me a month to live and here I am 5 weeks later, alive.
All right, well.
Don't listen to me.
Listen.
Do not listen to me.
That didn't deserve a rim shot?
There we go.
There you go. All right. But I'm just saying, so you not question that maybe this is not the best decision?
I don't think it's up to me. I think people.
Oh, it's not.
I don't think it's up to me. I think it's up to. I think people should have the right to have autonomy over their body. So if that's what they choose, whether there could be possibly a miracle or not, they're still choosing.
They may not be in the best mental state to make that decision. I'm not judging.
Well, technically,
but I'm just saying, and I don't want to judge anybody who's put in that kind of situation. They will make the choice, but they're not in the best mental state to decide to end their life because they're being confronted with all this reality that is different from,
Well, let her answer.
Well, technically, they have to be cleared by 2 doctors saying that they are mentally capable and okay to make this choice.
Cleared by 2 doctors, a psychiatrist or a medical?
Both. Yeah, both. So there has to be like if someone had like a long history of being in and out of institutions for suicidal ideation and things like that, even before, they may have a harder time getting the medication. But generally speaking,
what is the medication?
It's 4 different medications. You could just Google it. I don't always feel comfortable being like, it's this and this and this.
No. Is it? We don't have to say it out loud. Let them Google it.
Yeah.
Is it what they give people on death row?
Death row, I believe they are injected with medication. So,
is it the same medication?
Probably not. I don't actually know. I know for us, there's 2 different cardiac meds that they give lethal doses of cardiac meds.
And there's no suffering? There's no, does the person just go to sleep?
They go to sleep, yeah. You'd be surprised. So like the people that I've seen this happen with, so there's 4 medications as a powder. They have to mix it up themselves and drink it themselves. It's like a little, like almost like a shot like that.
But not that.
Not that. No. But it looks. But it's like that size.
This is good.
That size. That's
this
fine.
helps me live.
Yes, that helps you live. And it just happens very quickly. They have to drink it very quickly. There is no going back. People always ask that. There's no going back. If you drink it, you will die.
In how long?
Usually, so you'll be asleep in about 5 minutes. And when I mean asleep, I mean unconscious. So you'll be sedated, deeply, deeply sedated. And then usually it takes about 45 minutes for your body to finally die. But it depends too. I had a 100-year-old person die within like 5 minutes. So their body like shut down right away. But another person who was younger took about 45 minutes, but they are out. They look like they're actively dying.
Has anybody, or do you know of anybody that's taken the shot and gone, oh, fuck.
Not that I
One
know
more
of.
thing.
Not that I know of. I mean, that could have, I can't say for sure because I'm sure thousands of people
I
have
read
done
somewhere
this.
that people that try to commit suicide and survive, like jumping off a bridge or something, everyone that survived has regretted the decision as soon as they jumped. That was the.
You think that's the same thing?
I think it's different.
Is it?
No offense. I think it's different.
You're not
This
offending
this
me.
takes a lot of courage. People have to go through a lot
I only
to get
jumped
this.
off a short bridge. You're not offending me.
And you're not jumping off. They're not jumping off a bridge. They're choosing. I think it takes courage. Personally, I don't know if I could do it.
I couldn't do it.
Do you have any fear of death?
I have no. So no, generally speaking. And tomorrow, if I got diagnosed with something terminal, which could very well happen, I would still have a human emotion full of like anger and sadness and fear and anxiety sometimes, because that stuff is all mental, and I having regular anxiety just like anybody else. But generally speaking, I don't.
It's legal in Canada, and I witnessed somebody
Is
do it in
legal
Canada.
in Canada?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and at least in Ontario, I will say. And I witnessed it, and what put me at ease with the person's decision was they said, "I'm not afraid to die. I'm afraid to suffer."
Mm-hmm.
So, in being in the room and watching it, it was incredibly peaceful, and this person was in incredible pain and suffering up until this point, and had tried every suggested avenue for a cure or to live comfortably or to do so. In this particular case that I witnessed, it was a good, I think a good and smart.
No more pain.
But it was incredibly disturbing too.
It was.
For me,
For
it's
you.
still, and that's why I wanted to talk to you today
Yeah.
too. It's and it's still to this day, I find I am incredibly disturbed by it. In the same token, and I'm not comparing, but I am in a way, you know, we just had to put one of our dogs down, you know, and it feels like a family member.
Yeah.
And it killed me being the person that had to drive the dog to the vet. Are you getting a phone call? Every time. Who was it?
That's real. I thought it was like
it was a live person, and I do apologize, and I'm
It's
sorry
okay.
to interrupt, Howie. You were talking very seriously, so I'm sorry. Your dog.
Oh, his dog's dead.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not funny. I can't.
Then why are you laughing? Why are you laughing?
It's the delivery. It's the delivery.
I have 2 questions.
Yes.
Are patients who, let's say they're diagnosed with Alzheimer's or something, and they know they won't get clearance later in life because of their mental state, are they allowed to say, if I get to this state, I would like to do it, or no, it has to be at the time?
Yeah, no, they can't. People with Alzheimer's or dementia or any kind of cognitive issue, you have to have less than 6 months to live before, and then you can go look for it or ask for it. And by the time someone has 6 months left to live with usually any kind of neurological disease, they can no longer make decisions for themselves. So they don't count.
You know what I'm amazed at? I'm amazed that farmers know the word almanac.
Where's the rim shot?
Are you guys not listening to the show? Does anybody there? Does anybody
Maybe
there
they
in the
don't know
band?
what's considered the joke.
Does anybody in the band have a question?
There's another question from the chat, but yeah,
Okay,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Say something really
Yeah.
quick, just so everyone knows. I know everyone thinks this is like a dark, hard conversation. Maybe that's how it feels for you.
Yeah.
But just so everyone knows, the more we do something like this, the less it's going to feel like that. And anyone I've ever met dying that is willing to talk about how they feel honestly about death, even if it is, I'm afraid, I don't want to, I'm angry, all the things, they live better, and then they die better. They die
Based
more
on what?
peacefully.
Based on what?
Based on my experience. Based on my experience.
Well, well, the truth of the matter is, death, mental health, and all these are stigmas. When I saw this, and it's kind of weird. I'll sit and listen to Sonny's music online, and then I'll flip through, and then I listen to Your Day in the car.
Yeah.
And then I listen to I'm all over the place.
Their
and
music lifts you up, right?
It does.
I can listen to it all day.
I suffer from depression and other things, and I find that when I listen to
Lifts you right up.
Sonny,
amazing.
it makes me feel good.
They're gifts. They're gifts from
They're
God.
really good. The people. How is music? Does music play a big part in what you do?
Most hospice companies will have a music therapist, and people love it.
So that was actually my first one of my first jobs, Howie.
What?
One of my first jobs, I worked at a hospice in Monterey, and I used to play piano for those who were near death and who were sick, and it was actually one of my most educational experiences, life experiences I ever had in my life. It changed me forever.
Tell me, speak more to that. You
So,
never got a standing ovation. Sorry.
I spent, I would go on afternoons and I would play for about 2 hours for different people that were at the home. And I would go from, sometimes I would go from room to room and I would just sit and talk with them. But I would sit in the center, family room that they would have, and I would just play piano for them. And I'd do cover songs, I'd do my own songs, I would improv, I'd make up my own songs. And I would watch them light up, even though sometimes I would come back the next day and they would be gone. And it was a very crazy experience for me, but I learned a lot because I would always ask them, as they were getting closer, I would ask them, what is one of the most important things that you could tell me with all the life that you've lived? And I think the most common answer was, do what you love.
Wow.
Yeah.
You might want to try singing this song to them. What a difference 16 days make, 384 little hours. It's inspiring. It says there's something happening after this moment, right?
Is this a...
No, I'm just trying to be helpful.
Well, yeah. One of April, May, June from our chat said, have you experienced anything supernatural?
Yes, many things supernatural. Do you want me to
elaborate?
I have a video that was on your thing. Is that the one you want to talk about, or do you have
There's
another
many.
one?
I mean, there's probably 3 I tell all the time.
Okay, tell us.
Okay, so just one in my book, chapter 6, all about deathbed phenomena. So their stories are all throughout, but like there's actual deathbed phenomena that happens at the end of life that I never would have believed as an ICU nurse. I am a woman of science and rational thinking, I suppose, but then after a while, you can't unsee what you see. And one of the things that happens at end of life, usually about a month before someone dies, almost everybody will experience some kind of deathbed phenomena. One of the second most seen is visioning, so like seeing dead relatives, dead pets, dead friends.
You're seeing it, or the person
dying is
How do you
seeing
know
it?
they're seeing it?
They tell you.
They tell you.
Okay.
And they usually the craziest part is that they are alert and oriented. They are not on their last breath saying this. They are talking and saying, "My dad came to me last night and said he's going to come get me soon, but not to worry, and just to hang out for now, and I feel great about it." Like, that's happened to me so many. I can't count how many times that's happened to me. But the most craziest things are, one, I feel like I've had this experience that I now know is called a shared death experience. I didn't know it was called that at the time. It was with a young patient. He was dying basically alone. He didn't have very many friends or family. He had a lot of anxiety, and he had a hoarding issue, all these things in his life, right, that we helped at his end of his life. He allowed us to help him for some reason. It's like, I think he hit a bottom when he was dying, and he allowed us to like clear out his apartment, and like he was really open to talking about how he felt, which was mostly scared. And the whole team really got to know this man very well, and he lived longer than we thought, which is still not long, 6 to 9 months, something like that, but he lived a long time for us. And we all got to know him really well. At the very end of his days, I could tell he was dying, because you get good at like knowing he was going to die that day when I saw him. And he was unconscious, of course. And I had a continuous care nurse in the home, meaning a nurse that was going to be with him 24/7. And I said, "Can you text me when he dies? I just want to know. She's like, "Of course." So I say my goodbyes to him, like kind of silently in my head, and I go to my car. And I wasn't really sad because I feel like we did a good job for him. He had a good end of life, and he was having a good actively dying. He was very comfortable. He looked very comfortable. So I just sort of said my goodbyes and left, and sat in my car just for a second and was looking at his apartment. And again, saying my final goodbyes, because this guy really meant a lot to me. And suddenly, in my head, I could hear his voice, like clear as day. And I could feel something. He was making me feel this feeling of like freedom and like ultimate relief and kind of like excitement. It's hard for me not to smile when I'm talking about it, because it felt like that. It was like excitement and joy. And he was saying my name, going, "Oh my gosh, Julie. Oh my gosh, Julie. I can't believe this. If I only would have known." He just kept saying that. "If I only would have known." And the feeling he gave me was, it makes me want to cry every time I tell it, because it was so powerful. If I only would have known how good this is, I would never have been afraid. I would never have been afraid, because he used to talk about it all the time. Not like, "Oh, I'm so afraid," but just sort of like, "I wonder what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen." Right. All of us are afraid. Right. So he just kept saying, "If I only would have known, if I only would have known." And I felt this feeling of like him smiling and almost like soaring, and this ultimate freedom that I know he didn't really feel in his day-to-day life when he lived here, because he used to talk about it, how he used to feel so heavy and so anxiety, which I really relate to. I have a lot of that in my life as well. So to have him have these feelings and saying, "Oh my gosh, Julie, if I only would have known, if I only would have known." And he didn't say much except for that. "If I only would have known how good this is, I wouldn't have been so afraid." And I couldn't help but start weeping in my car. It was like I was taken out of my car and like gone somewhere else. And then all of a sudden, it stopped. And I was kind of back in my car, and I was done crying, like, what the hell was that? And my phone, kind of like back in reality, my phone beeped. I got a text, and I looked at my phone, and it was the nurse inside saying, "So-and-so just died." And I thought, I know, because he just showed me. He just showed me what it was like. And of course, I didn't tell anyone. I didn't tell a soul, except for my best friend, Jenny, who I feel like wouldn't think I was crazy. For years and years and years and years. And even when I was on social media, for a whole year, I think I never said anything supernatural on my channel. I wanted to be like just always talking about the facts. And then finally everyone kept asking me, well, why aren't you afraid? Why aren't you afraid? What makes you not afraid? And finally I just said, you know what, screw it. I'm going to tell people why. And that's one of the main reasons why. And a couple of things like that have happened. I feel like I've seen an angel. It's a whole other story. I feel like I witnessed a miracle. So things like that have happened. I still don't really fear death because of biology, the way I see the body being built to die, and the body being able to like help us die biologically, which I think is also a miracle. But
That's
also
a great story. What you told was a terrific story.
Thank you.
Especially for me, because I forgot your name, and in the story you say your name.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure to meet you. I'm sorry, but I have to go.
Oh my God.
Don't be afraid.
But it was a real
You've
pleasure
had enough.
to meet you. The band is just, I'm so blessed to be here on this show. Thank you, Howie. Thank you, Jackie.
All right.
And
is this what it's like when somebody
departs?
But a planned depart.
But you know what? It's okay.
Wow. Rest in peace.
I like your boots.
She likes your boots.
I do. He's had enough.
I don't know what it's Lou. He threw up earlier. That's
Did he
an
really?
amazing
Oh,
story.
yeah.
When something like that happens, do you embrace it and accept it, or are you, because you said a person of science, do you say, well, it could have been this, it could have been that, it could be my imagination?
I'm like that. It could have been this. It could have been that. It could have been this. But you know, when it's happening to me, it feels undeniable. Even when I tell the story again, part of me is like, really? Like, I can't help it. I mean, that's just where my brain goes. But I know I've had many moments in my life, even before being a hospice nurse, that have felt special and in the moment so real.
I believe in it.
You know,
I believe it, but I know that, and I'm not reading the comments right now, but a lot of people do not, you know, this gets a lot of discussion.
Totally.
And that's a wonderful story. What's another
Do you believe
supernatural?
in reincarnation? Has anything made you have any feelings about that?
Nothing
that
has
you've
made me
experienced?
have any feelings about it,
Yeah.
like evidence or whatever.
Yeah.
But I hope so. I want to be. I feel like I really strive to be like, I don't know. You
Yeah.
know, I have my beliefs, but like I know I don't really know. I hope we're reincarnated, but I have no
Yeah.
idea. Yeah.
Anything? What's the weirdest thing that has happened?
The weirdest thing is like my mirror. So I used to call it my miracle story, and I only would tell one part, which is where a woman was actively dying, which is like the last phase of life when someone's. This is where most people get freaked out because they don't know what it looks like. But she was very close to death, unconscious, changes in breathing, changes in skin color. No way was her brain getting oxygen and blood like it should be. Like if she were to come back from where she was, she would be brain dead. Like she was going to die that night when I saw her. She was young. She had kids in her 20s. So it was like you could tell no one knew what was happening. It took a long time for me to prepare the kids. Your mom's going to die probably tonight, da-da-da-da-da. And yeah, so I thought for sure she was going to die that night. And I left, and I told the kids to call us when she did, and we would come help them, yada, yada. And in the morning, I didn't get any emails saying that my on-call nurse went out there to see them when she died. And I was like, what the hell? You know, what happened? So I called the office being like, who went out to see patient so-and-so? Like, when did she die? Oh, no one called us. I don't know. And I'm like, what? So certain that like something bad must have happened first off. So I called the family, and the son like answered the phone laughing. And I asked what was going on. And he was like, oh, mom just woke up. She said she was hungry. She's in the kitchen eating pancakes because she wanted pancakes. And I could not hold my surprise. It was like, what? who's where? And they were like, yeah, she woke up. She's looking good. She said she was hungry. And I was like, okay, I'm going to come over because I had to see this for myself. This woman, full recovery, like up, walking, talking, not in pain, eating pancakes. And this is something that was like a true miracle. I mean, never could she have medically come back. Hands down, no way. It is a miracle. I don't know what the hell it was. Or actually, I do know what it was. This is the story, this side of the story I didn't tell. But I'll tell it in a second. So she did die. She did die 3 months later, which still doesn't seem like a long time. But the fact that she was where she was and then came fully back, fully alert and oriented, eating, drinking, talking, laughing, lived well for 3 months, true miracle. And for many years, I only told that story of like, oh, I've witnessed a miracle. The part I didn't tell, because again, I'm still skeptical, even though it happened to me, was that night before I left, I sat in front of her bed just real quick, making sure she was comfortable, and said to whoever, right? I don't even know if it was really a prayer. Like, I was just sort of like, please take care of this woman and her family, because it was like, happened really quick. She was young, her kids were young, all the things. And I just sort of said, please take care of this woman and her family. And a flash came in my head of this being that I think was an angel, over her bed, huge, as big as a car, no features, almost like a statue, but a big, solid, powerful thing that didn't feel like, it didn't feel like a little cherub, flittery angel. It just felt like power and strength, and it felt like, this is mine, meaning like, she's mine, and I've got this. And it was like that, quick second. And of course, my brain's like, I'm just going to ignore that. I'm not even going to act like that happened. And I walked out and went home and forgot all about it, and didn't think twice about it until I saw her the next day eating pancakes and alive and well. And I thought, shit, am I allowed to swear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, shit, like, what was that? And that is something I didn't tell anybody for years and years and years. And then finally I just said, what do I care? Like, I even can say, I don't know if I really saw an angel. It seems like a miracle. And I got this feeling and energy and a vision in my head. What does it mean? I don't know. But
Did you, and you wouldn't approach her and say, did you feel something that night?
I kind of regret that I didn't, but I didn't, because it's such a strange feeling when you're the nurse, because you're doing nursey things, you're doing like medical things.
But the miracle of life in itself, being in the room when my children were born and seeing this human being come to life, it's amazing.
Yes.
And it seems like a miracle, even we understand it. The fact that, I have 3 grandchildren and I watch my babies make babies. Yeah. And the truth of it is, just because in your mind and because of your experience, you know what her blood pressure is, you know what her breathing rate is, you know what the skin color looks like. Is it a miracle, or does, some people will get a cut and then they heal faster than the next person that gets the same cut? I mean, could there not be a scientific, biological explanation for what you witnessed?
I would say if there is, we don't know about it yet, because it's more than just the blood pressure and how our skin looks and things like that. People I can get into it, but you have a blood chemistry, and the blood chemistry it needs to be a certain way, or a certain balance to survive. And you can tell if someone's blood chemistry is off because of how they are breathing and how they look, and that will mean that they're not getting enough oxygen to their brain, and it's really clear to see. So technically I didn't get a blood gas, which is something I'd have to get to confirm that. But if you're in healthcare long enough, you can just look at someone and kind of be able to tell. But, yeah, so I would say if there is some kind of scientific reason why, we don't know about it yet, because it's not something that would...
But you believe in the spiritual aspect of it, because you've told the story numerous times about when you were in the room with your dad. Yeah, and what happened.
Yeah, no, I believe in that. Do you believe in it? Or you're just saying you witnessed these things and they could be this, but you're not telling me what your...
You're a medical professional.
I know.
You're a science person.
I do believe in it. And I never intend to come on to any kind of platform, including my own, and try to tell people that they should believe what I believe. So I'm always really careful to be like,
but people send you things, and they'll follow you. We'll have a link to this book, and people send you things. I saw a video. Play the video that you posted, actually.
Oh, I'm curious. Which one is it?
The one where something's happening in the room. Do you know which one I'm talking
that
about?
One. Isn't that crazy? She sent me a follow-up video of that, by the way.
Well, let's talk about this.
Yeah.
Okay, let's show it first, and then this is...
That was camera footage that a follower of mine sent to me. Their loved one is on hospice or was on hospice. You can see them lying in bed, and then you can see this like film kind of ghostly figure go around them. My follower said that she frequently woke up because the baby monitor, that's the baby monitor watching her loved one to keep them safe at night, would frequently go off because he would be talking to someone that they couldn't see on the monitor. He always would say that their mother, who had died, would always come and kiss him at night. And then she captured that footage. Let me show you again.
So what is
So
that?
I don't know camera technical issues, and I'm a skeptic. So if anyone knows, like, could that actually be something else? Like, could that be lint? Could that be something else? But many people send me videos like that, and this is the first one I've ever shown because I was like, damn,
Yeah.
that does look like someone's there.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
So I've heard from a few people. So I wrote to the person who sent me this a bunch of times. I mean, who knows, right? They seem very genuine. They seem very like this is real, and I choose to believe them. I had people come right to me though and say like, you can easily do that with a mirror or with this or with this. I don't know. But she sent
What
me
are they saying?
Well, Luna Tuna said, let's see it again. That's wild. There's a bunch of people that are saying it's crazy. I think a lot of people want
While we're talking,
to,
play it again without sound, and then
I
we'll
think
talk
a lot
about
of people want to believe that there's something that comes afterwards, that it's not just darkness and
Yeah.
it's not just, they want to believe that there's something there.
Yeah. I think it's comforting too. So the second video that she sent me that I'm not going to put up on my social media just because I feel bad because people in the comments, this is her loved one, and
Right.
they're being like, it's fake. So I don't want to put that on her again. But she
Right.
did send me another video of when they both were dead, both her parents, and there's these orbs that clearly are two of them, and they come together and get brighter and then leave the shot. Yeah, it's really cool.
And you don't want to share that?
I'll ask her again, but I hate putting families under scrutiny because it's like their personal footage, and then people, if it goes viral, which those videos usually will, there's always...
You can't show us that video, and then we don't know who she is, so they won't...
I never asked her if I could.
Is she identifiable in it?
No, but...
She doesn't want to take
Yeah,
credit
I
that someone
didn't
says.
say
They
I
don't
would.
know her.
I didn't say I would. I always ask permission first. I'm very cautious about that because it's a sensitive topic.
Anything, just because it's so mysterious and weird, anything really funny happen in this? Because my experience is, being a comedian and being, I always say that, the sensibility for comedy comes out of the darkest place. And even at my darkest times and witnessing these things, I laughed a lot. Not at what was happening, but I found humor in moments. Is there something that you can recall that is?
I mean, the people think my job is depressing. It does not feel depressing. People are still people, and the conversations we have, just generally speaking to each other, they're hilarious. And the dynamic between the families are hilarious. I had a guy once, I had to do a full head-to-toe assessment, and he had a catheter in his penis, and I had to check it to make sure it was okay and working and all the things. So, of course, I went to go, and I said, I'm going to pull your blanket down to go to check on your catheter. And he goes, oh, okay, 1 second. And he yelled to his wife, honey, get the magnifying glass. And I didn't even understand. I go, magnifying glass? He goes, you want to see it, don't you? I'm like, you just did a penis joke. Like, I love you. I love you. It's stuff like that. It's so amazing.
I know what it feels like to do a joke and then die.
Yeah.
That happens a lot in clubs.
Howie, can I ask you a question? Because you just said it while you watched your children being born. So to me, I've never had a child, but I have watched people give birth. And to me, that feeling, whatever it is, right, when you see it, and of course it hasn't been my child, but even just watching a person I love give birth, it's like,
right.
The feeling of overwhelming. It feels like, how is this real? Like, where have you come from, baby?
Right.
Like that feeling,
Yes,
right?
yes.
I'm telling you, that is how it feels. Now, you watch people die, but I think because my grief is removed, then I'm kind of like a third party. When I watch people take their last breath, It can feel like that. It can feel like that.
I don't understand because, well, you can, okay, so you take out the joy of it being yours, but it is a miracle that it seems more of a miracle. It's like magic. It seems like more of a miracle when something comes to be than the essence of something ending. You know, for the most part, unless these few stories that you've recounted where you feel the guy in the car saying, wow, this is great. I think mostly it's just an end. It just stops. So,
but does it? I mean, the feeling.
No, but that's
the feeling I get when I watch someone, and I think because it's not my mom, right? Like, talk to me when it's my mom that I'm watching take her last breath, right? I'm sure it'll feel different, but that feeling of like awe and wonder that I feel when I watch a baby being born is the same feeling I get when I watch someone take their last breath. It is truly.
I'd imagine also because you're with them previously when a lot of them maybe are suffering and not doing so well, and maybe a sense of like peace that you haven't seen from them before is
like a let go or something, like a letting go.
Yeah.
Well, you are truly, truly fascinating. This is an interesting thing. Anybody from the band have any questions?
To me, my fear of death has nothing to do with like how scary it is for me. My fear of death is about like my family and my kids and what I'm leaving behind and how they're feeling.
Yep.
So I don't know if
well,
this fixes that.
Right. Well, can I say, one, that's like the most common thing ever, anyone and everyone says.
Yeah.
So I think, I don't have a solution. There's nothing like a pretty present with a bow that I could be like, and now it won't feel like that anymore. But I think the important part is that we know it's normal. Mm-hmm. And from my experience anyway, people who are willing to say stuff like that out loud and like be uncomfortable with like that, knowing it's uncomfortable and saying it anyway, there is something about that kind of lessens the grip just a little tiny bit.
But it's always about the anticipation of unknown. So, that's our thought now. But I know, nobody's getting out of here alive. Yeah. This is I think an important book. It really is. Where do they get this? I guess we'll have a link. And I do. I listened to you and I followed you for a long time. And is there anything you want to say?
No, just thank you for even doing this because I know it's hard.
It is hard.
So I appreciate you guys.
Sonny, do you have any questions or anything? Anybody have a question or?
Yeah, Alex has something for sure.
Go ahead.
Alex.
Yeah. So actually, when we were driving over here, I got a text from my dad. And he said, I'll just read the text. He said, Alex, if you get a chance to speak with Nurse Julie, please tell her thank you for helping your dad get through hospice time and passing of his mother. So, which is my grandma. So he just wanted to say thank you, and of course me and my whole family, because, what you do is incredible. It's incredible, and it definitely helped not just, the work that you do doesn't just help the dying, but what you're doing on TikTok helps the living, So.
Oh my gosh! Thank you. I was not ready for that. I was not ready for that. Thank you so much. That honestly, like these are the things that like make it worth it. That's amazing. That warms my heart so much. Thank you. Tell him, thank you, and of course to you, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I want people to subscribe.
Wait, before we go, this is not at all what we were talking about, and it's such a weird transition. But I did want to mention the sound wave art.
No, I was going to do that now.
Okay.
So I was going to say, first of all, we want people to subscribe, and we have a subscribe button on YouTube that has scratch and sniff, so it'll make your fingers stink. I want to thank guests. I want to thank you and Andrew and Lou and Sonny and the Black Pack for being here, and they'll be here for men. But also, I want to say we have our merch. We're really expanding the merch. You want to talk about Soundwave?
Oh yeah. So since you mentioned it, So anyways, we've talked about before how we have the link to our shop for some of the merch that we have on Amazon, and a lot of you have already gone and purchased it, but we just did a collaboration with Soundwave Art, which we've shown you before because we've been using Soundwave Art for a long time. My daughter actually made you a piece of art like
It's the
years
best
and years
thing.
and years ago.
You know what this is?
No, but I'm
But he
liking
can
what I'm hearing.
off an image. If you download the Soundwave app and you get a certain image, you can embed in it whatever you want, which would be great for your business.
Yes, I would.
You know, I would imagine that would be great for your business. The last words, things they want to say to their family or whatever, and then you could put it on a T-shirt. But this is what we did on our shirt. Look at this.
So he wanted. Okay, go ahead.
Let's
you can
show
do
this.
that.
Play it. Here, so excited about some of our new merch. We have the Smelly Finger Club shirt, right? Which is a scratch and sniff if you subscribe to Howie Mandel Does Stuff. We partnered with Soundwave. So when you buy one of these, you download for free the Soundwave Art app, right? So I go to that, and then look, when somebody comes up to you, tell them to scan the T-shirt from the Howie Mandel Does Stuff podcast, and your
finger probably smells. Mine smells too. You want to smell it?
smell your finger.
Smell this one.
Smell your finger now.
Now smell this one.
You stinky fingered club person. So people who buy that could see that, and we'll be updating and changing things. And if you have suggestions of things that you want to see on our merch, we could add it to the merch that's there. If
It
you
also
want to,
has a link there to our YouTube so that people could subscribe. But if you're part of the Stinky Finger Club and someone walks up to you and says, "What is the Stinky Finger Club?" then you can scan it for them and they can become part of the Stinky Finger Club too.
that Soundwave Art is
Yeah.
a really great company. Wouldn't that be great for your business?
Yeah, that's amazing.
Picture of a loved one, and then they talk to you and you scan it.
Yeah.
Which is not part of our merch, but
Yeah. But it is a great
But you're
company.
thinking
it
about
is.
it.
And and also Sonny and the Black Pack, they have their own merch. It's his art and a lot of things. I also want to say this guy is probably one of the best musicians I've ever seen. And if anybody has any connection to Yamaha, he should be playing your keyboard. You know what a keyboard is? It's like a piano that flies.
Mel, says, can we get an update on the Raycon sponsorship? Maybe when they watch on Tuesday. We'll give
Watch
an update.
Tuesday. We will
We'll give you an
definitely
update on
have.
Tuesday.
Because we have our guest coming up Tuesday is Ray J.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And-
obviously it's going well. Or maybe he's
Yeah.
coming in to yell at us.
I don't know,
Yeah.
but we got a lot of great guests.
Yeah.
So subscribe and watch, and let's get Sonny a Yamaha keyboard.
Okay.
Sonny, you want to play us out for a while?
Yeah, this
You've been
one-
great, and buy the book, Nothing to Fear,
Thanks, guys.
wherever you get your books. All right, play. You've been great.
This one's for Julie. Here we go.
For Julie. Here you go. Listen. It's good.
These guys.
Come on, we want to walk out and listen to them? Come on.
Yeah. Thank you guys for being so sweet.
Mama, take this bed from me. I can't use it anymore. It's getting dark and dark to see. Feel like I'm knocking on heaven's door. 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 put my guns in the ground. I can't soothe them anymore. The cold black cloud is coming down. Feel like I'm knocking on heaven's door. Knocking on heaven's door, yeah. And knocking on heaven's door, oh yes. And knocking on heaven's door, yeah, yeah. And knocking on heaven's door. Mama put my guns in the ground. I can't shoot them anymore. The cold black cloud is coming down. Feel like I'm knocking on heaven's